Alright, so it's been a while since I posted a video, and Ashley's trying not to laugh. It's going to be great. So I wanted to go over a sticking pattern that I found really helpful in my play, that you can use in a lot of different subdivisions. So we'll just get right down to it. The sticking pattern is going to be right, left, left for the first one. And we're going to base off of 16 note triplets, or excuse me, 16 notes at first. So it's going to descend on toms. It's going to start on the high tom, move to the middle, and followed by the floor tom. And since it's an odd grouping, it's 5 notes, it's 16 notes, it's going to happen 3 times with 2 notes left over, the 16th note, and then the downbeat. So I'll show the fill first, and I'll play it in a groove. So an accent the right hand and keep the low left hand. It's going to be a great. Alright, so here's what it sounds like. So I'm putting 2 bass drums at the end to be the of 4 and then the downbeat of 1. So if you play it in a simple groove, it would sound something like this. Alright, so that's 16. What else I discovered was that if you put a bass drum after the left, you get 6 notes obviously, but you can use that as a 16-note triplet. So that fill would be, and you would cycle that over 4 times with a double bass drum on the end to get the 1. So it would be, but that has to feel like 16-note triplets again, kind of like the. So if you just solo the bass drum and the right hand, it would be. That's what the 16-note triplet fill would sound like. So here it is. Put in a groove. Alright, so here's the 16-note triplet fill in a groove. So at the very end, instead of doing the same fill, I'm doing basically, if you want to simplify it, it would be right, left, right cymbal. Could be a fill as well. Right? But what I do is I put a left, right, a quick to kind of make a little 30-second note triplet on the snare drum. But back to the 16-note triplet fill, I found that this fill, if you move from the hi-hat to the floor tom, and then you move from the floor tom to the snare drum, it kind of makes up a cool little groove. You can also take your left hand, put on the hi-hat, take your right hand and move that across the toms and put a backbeat to the left. You kind of get something that's. So you can do other things also. I'll do the one that I like the best, which is from the hi-hat to the floor tom, and then from floor tom to the snare drum. So it would be so you can do that as many times, just move the right hand around. You can move the left around too, but I kind of like keeping on the snare drum kind of for some solidity to that's kind of a cool groove. The next thing you can do with it is you can put it as 30-second notes. So now that we have 6 notes, you can't fit a 6-note grouping into 32 notes. You can only get it 30, right? 6 times 5 is 30. So it leaves over 2 notes. So if the last group of 6 would be, that would be 30. If I do another bass drum, that'd be 31 followed by a snare. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Snare as 32, and then a downbeat 33. So the last group of 6 would be okay to finish it off. And the rhythm for it on the right hand would be 1 E a 2 a E and 4 E a 1. I don't know if I said that correctly, but the rhythm's. All right, so I'll play that in a groove too. You can put on the hi-hat too if you want. So it's all a matter of like, say I didn't like the way it sounded very much, so you discover what sounds best to you. You know, like for me it's just playing the on the floor tom and the snare drum, or maybe moving down the toms. If you want to, that one groove beginning the, right there. I mean, you can discover anything you want on a fill. Hi Johnny, there's Johnny. So I mean, you can basically just find out, take the pattern, and then you make up something that sounds good. So that's what I did with this pattern. Here's this one too, though. Just take it and make it your own. And that's it, really.